Unless I make it to the exit grid. Because Sulik just took 41 hit points of damage. Well, they just gunned down one of their slaves. Wow. Ow! Let's see if we can make it out of here. Nope. Sulik exploded. Sulik, no! Yeah, I'm gonna reload. This is why. This is why we do this. Okay. Whoop. Middle of the screen. Hey, there we go. To Vault City again, please? This is where the unforgiveness happens. A merchant with some guards. Let's talk, bro. Oh, he says, wait a minute, I'm the do-gooder. I'm the do-gooder. That's right, I do good. I see the dead rats and a burnt rat. That's what's cooking. Can't trade with this guy, because my karma is not evil. Or not in the negative. The man is clearly a slaver, with a whole bunch of well-armed guards. I probably wouldn't make much progress. Now, if I had some grenades? Yeah, probably. Found some jet, though. For someone who is willing to trade. Let's continue on trucking. Let's perpetually truck without a truck. Because we'll get a car eventually. Man, I hope so. We will. It's another slave caravan. Dagnabbit. What's in the cave? Nothing. Doesn't hurt to check. Sometimes there's something worth checking out. One of these times I'm hoping to find the weak death claws. Because those are a thing. How about this music though, right? Fast travel music is freaking great in Fallout 2. A large pack of golden geckos. How large? Let's risk it. Another message from Against All Odds 20. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot from you, man. The question in this comment is, have you ever played the Secret of Monkey Island games? And yes, I believe I have played the first one, whatever that one is called. Is it just called Secret of Monkey Island? As Guybrush Threepwood. I never got very far because, well, I was playing it at a friend's house. He had a lot of point and click and text-based adventure games. But yeah, I got really into the King's Quest 5 and 6. Those were my point and click experiences that I played the most, I think. But yeah, I did experience Monkey Island a little bit. It was pretty silly and enjoyable for the time I did have with it. Thank you for the question. What point and click adventures have all of you played? And also, have you all tried the newer King's Quest games? Because they are quite an experience. If you like Telltale games and you like a little bit of nostalgia for point and click adventure, highly recommend the King's Quest, I guess, rebirth or reboot or whatever you want to call it. Good lord, they are tearing into this man. How is he? Severely wounded already. Gosh dang it. Maybe I was too overconfident. It's dead. Okay. Well, Sulik is right next to me. I'm gonna use a stim pack on him. Thank goodness I learned this late. Late into the game. I use a stim pack on Sulik, so now he's wounded. Not severely wounded. That happens next turn. 4, 1, 4. Oh, that was me. Anamam left a comment with a suggestion, a pretty lengthy one, saying, here's an idea, why don't you make a countdown of best guns by type in Fallout New Vegas for characters with maxed out crit chance and better criticals DPS wise. It was quite a revelation for me that some guns can end up having over 60% crit chance, and with the right build and equipment one can easily end up with rifles and pistols consistently dealing hundreds of damage per shot. That made me replay the game all over again with Duster and Red Beret instead of classical power armor. It may take some hidden math and mechanics to perform and look up in the New Vegas wiki, but counting damage is always fun fun, ain't it? Yes, but not for everyone. What you're suggesting, and you even have a PS with an actual like reference to the gear and perks and stuff that you're talking about, it seems extremely min-maxed, the idea that you're talking about. I've been doing like damage for weapons and damage resistance for armor because that's a more broad way to categorize things, whereas doing a countdown for crit builds seems a little bit too specific, especially when there's a very clear like meta direction to go. Like maybe that would be a better build more so than a countdown, because you would be very specific about how you're building your character from level 1, and I'm not a builds guy. So I try to keep the countdowns a bit more broad just so I can include other stuff, and then like share some of the pros and cons as we're going through, like crit chance, crit damage, DPS, that sort of thing. That does remind me though, like I should still do a DPS list at some point, maybe. I don't know. Thank you for the suggestion, Anam. I'm gonna use the Stim Pack on him. I don't feel like redoing this fight. I could just use Jet on Sulik. Give him a little pep in his step. But that stuff sells for money. I think it's actually the cheapest chem in the wasteland. Cheapest and most addictive. Something, because it's cheap to make. Oh, sliding away. My goodness. Groin! Groin! Thank you for waiting. Back into combat. Bro, we're not done. We ain't done. Dead. Only 210 experience. Man. We need some new armor, dude. Hopefully we'll have enough to afford some when we get to, well, the next place. Because we might have a stop before Vault City. Might. I'm really worried about that NPC in the den, though. Standing in the doorway at Mom's. Because if we can't get them out of the way, something bad can happen in MODOK. Because I need access to Carl. You know, the drunk guy who was promising me the location of the Gek and then passed out. We'll have to see, though. Gosh dang Derek. Get in the way. So here it is. Here's MODOK. Shall we? New town, new session. We've arrived in MODOK, the small farming town that seemingly doesn't have too much going on. We've got some cows over here, some cattle. We've got Bessie, who needs a little work done. The slaughterhouse, obviously. I believe this is the church. This is I think it's the Brahmin Rancher's house. And of course we got the general store. Oh yeah, we got the tannery over here as well. So, let's start with the general store. Who is this? This guy's just standing out here. He looks unhurt. This town is dying. Oh, good. That's a great start to everything. So let's come in here and speak to this gentleman in the general store and see what is actually going on. He says, sorry, this trading post is closed indefinitely due to the drought. So, who says I'm here to trade? He says, what? Oh, you must be new around here. Welcome to MODOK. My name's Joe. I run the trading post here at MODOK. Well, Joe, I am on a quest. I seek the Holy Gek. Do you know where I can find it? Joe says, well, you're in luck. I just happen to know where it is. I guess we have some business to discuss after all. What do you want for this information? Joe says, yes, what I want. If you hadn't noticed yet, our little farming community is experiencing one of its worst droughts ever. The rainy season is unusually short this year, and our crops are dead or dying from the lack of water. To put it bluntly, our community is on the verge of withering away with our crops. I can't make it rain, right? Joe chuckles softly. No, of course not. I wouldn't ask you to do something as impossible as that. You really can't make it rain, can you? No. Of course you can't. Anyway, like I was saying, we're in trouble, and we could use your help. All right, I'm listening. He says, there's this farm at the outskirts of town, where no farm should be. Some years back, it just appeared out of nowhere. Are you saying that this farm just sprung up overnight? Yeah, right. Joe says, a group of us were out hunting when we noticed the new farm. But that wasn't the strange thing. Soon after, some of us got together to visit our new neighbor, only to discover that there wasn't anybody there. Well, go on. Joe says, after many months of trying to contact the owners with no success, it was decided that the farm must have been abandoned soon after it was built. So instead of letting the crops rot in the fields, young Carl moved in. That's when things got bad. Carl started to tell stories of seeing strange glowing figures tending to the crops and feeding the animals at night. We all laughed at him, thinking he was making up stories. Then one day, Carl stopped coming into town. Well, what happened to him? Did you look for him? Joe says, of course we did. We went up there as soon as we suspected something was wrong. He starts to tremble violently. The horror. Bodies strewn everywhere, some crucified while others were left to rot out in the sun. I still wake up screaming in the middle of the night from the horrible images I saw that day. So, let me guess. You want me to go to this farm and find out what happened? Joe replies, normally I would just leave that cursed place be, but for some reason the crops at this farm are still flourishing despite the drought. We'll starve if we don't get food soon. Will you help us rid the farm of these ghosts? What do I get out of this? Joe says, in return for helping us, I'll tell you where you can find what you seek. Okay then, let's seal the deal. Cut off your right pinky finger. Joe says, what? Is that how you seal a deal where you come from? We're desperate, and I believe you're the only person that could pull this off. So I guess it's a small sacrifice, if it'll save our town. Joe takes out a knife and proceeds to cut off his right pinky finger. I'm gonna stop him just in time. Wait! I see you were telling the truth and are truly in need of help. I'll help you. Joe says, this farm is about a day's travel northeast of here. He pulls out a map and points to the spot northeast of Modoc. Come back when you've found something. Goodbye, Joe. Okay. Wowie wow wow. We have a lot of things to do, don't we? Also, a gentleman by the name of Carl had gone missing, and we know someone named Carl who happens to be in the den, don't we? Who may or may not have some information on the Gek that we are seeking also. But he's wasted, and he can only get a few sentences out before passing out. So, you know, that's another thread we can tie off later. And we're gonna need to eventually anyway. So I'm gonna go in the tannery and speak to this gentleman. A tall, muscular man who looks and smells of leather. The tall, muscular man says, hello, my name is Balthus. I run the tannery here in Modoc. Can I help you? Balthus, you seem a bit preoccupied. Is there something wrong? He says, huh? Look, I don't discuss my personal life with strangers. Do you have any business with me or not? Pardon me. My name is Caedo. Now that we're properly introduced, you seem troubled. He says, well, I'm worried about my missing son, Johnny. We searched everywhere, but still can't find him. I fear that maybe wild animals got to him. Well, Balthus, maybe I can help. I do a lot of traveling. I'll keep a lookout for your boy. He says, I would really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. In the meantime, did you have some business with me? I'm searching for an item called the Gek. Do you, by any chance, know anything about it or how I might obtain one? Balthus says, sorry, never heard of it. Okay, let's barter. Let's see what Balthus has to trade. Not very much, but I will give him some gecko pelts. 475 out of Balthus. Thank you very much. I'll be back later. There's a dog in here too. Oh, I can talk to the dog. Woof, 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 says the dog. Nice doggy. The dog again barks. Laddie jumps on you and starts to lick your face. What a nice doggy. All right. What? Let's see what Sulik has to say about this place.
What you be needing?
Sulik, my friend. Care to consult the spirits?
Spirits be willing to talk. What you want?
What do they say about this place?
He who's with the spirits isn't. That's what they said.
He who's with the spirits isn't. All right.
What you be needing?
Oh, Sulik is injured too, apparently. We'll deal with that later. Do I have any grenades on me currently? No, I don't. Okay. Well, do we have a rope? We do not have a rope. Let me check and see if Joe is selling rope. Or if there's some back here in the corner. There is a grenade, though. I knew it. I knew there was a grenade somewhere here to use. Alright, Joe. Let's trade. There's the rope. There we go. Thank you. I'll be back when I have something to report. Now we can use the rope on this well that we opened up. And then we go down. Oh. Interesting. So this is Johnny's BB gun. A Red Ryder BB gun that with the name Johnny scratched on the stock. Okay. And we pick up the money. This is my dream, my wish, and I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back. So this implies that that people were using this well for a wishing well, too. There's also a lot of bones down here. And it is a reference to the Goonies, I believe. But might as well take all the coins that are on the ground here. Go back up. I want to see if Laddie reacts. Or not, Laddie? Is that the dog's name, I think? Just barks. Balthus asks, any luck finding Johnny? Well, I found this at the bottom of the old dry well. A part of the well had fallen in, and this was in the debris. I'm sorry, but I believe Johnny is dead. That's Johnny's BB gun, all right? No! Balthus breaks down and starts crying uncontrollably. I think that is the wrong outcome. Because Johnny is not dead. So we're gonna go back and tell him we haven't found anything yet. Wonder if I can ask him some questions. Nothing yet. Oh, I just can't. Okay. I just can't do anything about it. Well, this is Balthus's wife, I think. Oh, she just says, please find Johnny. Well, that's not helpful. Why can't I investigate? Why can't I ask questions? There's some BBs. I'll take those. I'll leave the rocks there. I already got rid of the ones I had. How about in here? Money! Lovely. I like that. Okay. So we've done what we can there. What's our doctor skill at? 7%. It's terrible. Oh, there's an outhouse over here. Let's check out what's in here. There's supposed to be some sort of, like, Lassie reference. That's why the dog's name is Laddie. It's a Guns and Bullets book here. Don't really need it. What's my throwing skill? Oops. Throwing is at 70%. I should be capable of taking out the hounds that are hassling the Brahmin. Special thanks to Wasteland Legends, Sven, and the rest of my patrons on screen now. You can catch future episodes of this playthrough on Wednesdays and Fridays, noon and 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm Caedo Genesis. May you wander the wasteland like you own it.